Hey guys, welcome to another video of The Guy Without a Plan, and in this video I'm going to do something which we all humans love: react. Irrespective of the fact that we know something or not, but somehow we feel that our lack of information based opinion matters and therefore we react. But what am I reacting at? Am I reacting at the state of the world due to this coronavirus pandemic and the role that we humans, by not adhering to the rules, are playing in it? Or even the role of WHO in it? Or the fact that good days have arrived in India, but maybe just for this guy?
इस सज्जन को क्या तकलीफ है भाई?
And I'm also not going to say that if this guy was not in politics, then he would be competing with Amitabh Bachchan in Bollywood. So enough for beating around the bush, let's come straight to the topic. So I watched a much hyped show on Netflix called The Indian Matchmaking, and I thought that if I have to reduce my suffering, I need to share it with you guys. So the show begins with the introduction of the main character, who is our matchmaker, Sima Taparia, and who is basically from Mumbai. Remember this, okay? Or not, cause anyway she is going to remind you that a lot of time in the show. And then her hobbies are very unique. She likes to meet new people, getting to know them, because it is necessary for the business. What else? She has to communicate with her customers, right? And if you still do not get her, then understand that she's somewhere similar to the mother of Charlie in 2.5 Men. Now let's talk about her weird things. First is that she uses some kind of physical booklet, because why to use a computer or Excel, as there would be no ancient feel of matchmaking. And then we have shots of pandits and horoscopes, because these are the people who know the future, right? After God himself. And we people who are working hard to achieve something, we all are stupid. And I personally got a big revelation from a pandit in this show, who says people nowadays also check horoscopes for sex life. And I just have one thing to say: who is this person who is asking this? Because the place where I come from, people don't talk about this even after the marriage.
You serious?
Or maybe Mumbai is fast forward and I didn't know. And then our dear Sima ji, she has just one fixed line. That, hi, I'm Sima Taparia and I'm from Mumbai. And then I'm like, these people called you, right? So they must know your name and where you're from. Or are people nowadays calling random people over the internet for matchmaking? Now following Sima ji, we are introduced to a very ambitious person called Aparna. Just listen to her views. She says, and I quote, I do not understand how women manage to live with their husband and see them every day. And then I get to thinking, what a great thought. I just have one advice for her. Be single. Otherwise, get your husband into custody so that you don't have to see him every day. God bless her. And now let's read into her struggles. Her struggle is that she's been to 40 countries, but how will she manage to get to the 41st one? Truly, everybody should get struggles like her. Now let's look at her criterias. After listening to which, Sima ji has already given up, and then her words are that it is going to be tough to get a boy for her. Yeah, I had to read it because of, yes, copyright issues. After this comes another character introduction, Pradyuman. Not the ACB Pradyuman, but this Pradyuman. And this guy, he can do a lot of things. He's artistic and then he does weird things in the kitchen. And by weird, I mean non-regular foods. What did you guys think? But our Pradyuman is very uncertain about marriage. Okay brother, but isn't this show about matchmaking? Weren't you supposed to think this beforehand you joined the show? Or you were so bored watching the shows on Netflix that you thought that why not be in one now? So what's the scene, bro?
Hey, I want to be famous.
Now let's get back to the excitement of the family. Are you wondering why they're excited? Simple, it's their son's marriage. Why else? And now for the excitement of one day, they'll get their son married. And then both husband and wife, they will be figuring this thing out for the rest of their lives, that why did they get married?
That's a lot of damage.
But let's leave that aside for some other day and move on. Now this guy serves the guests some fox nuts in liquid nitrogen, and have a look at these aunties. They're not able to control the smoke coming out of the nickel nitrogen. And I am thinking, they definitely do not smoke. So maybe from next time our Indian families can do this thing to find out if the guy or the girl really smokes or not.
No! God, please, no! No!
And then our guy also has a lot of criteria, okay? But in the end, he does say that he's willing to adjust and compromise, because he knows that the girls are less, so he doesn't have an upper hand anyway. But still, our Sima ji says that it is going to be tough to find a girl. And then I'm thinking, why in the beginning did she say that she can get people married in one day? Was that a lie? Anyways, let's leave that to Sima ji and the god himself. And next the guy shows his house, and what a big house it is. But I don't understand one thing. Why is there a fingerprint lock on your closet? Bro, what kinky is going on in there? And then one more thing is clear from his wardrobe, that the people in the show, they aren't normal. Because if I buy a sports shoe, the next one only comes when the first one has died, that too completely, while this guy has so many options just in loafers. I guess that is what being rich is. And then comes our last character, Nadia. And she mostly has sensible views, but she also has one trouble. And can you guess what her troubles are? Her trouble is that she cannot find a tall guy. At this, I have one question to ask to the god himself. But what is he doing up there? Because the tall guys, they're looking for tall girl and they're not able to find one. And the tall girls are looking for tall boys and they're not finding one. But I guess that is why Sima ji is growing the market. Because after all, she is number one in Mumbai. Okay, so Sima ji, let's get that booklet out again. But Nadia's struggles are not over yet because her family has some of their own. So they basically moved out of India long ago. Now they have become Guyanese, and the problem is that they are not accepted by the Indian community. Okay, but what is the problem anyway? What good is going to come out by being accepted by Indians? Irrespective of the fact we accept you or not, one thing that will definitely do is judge you. So be happy where you are. And there's one more thing. Even if we Indians go out, our statism doesn't disappear. Abroad also, Guju is looking for Guju, Punjabi is looking for Punjabi. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you people? Create some mixed breed. Maybe because of you guys, humans evolved to become little considerate. And if you guys think we are done with all episodes, let me tell you one thing. We are just into the first one, and that too we haven't crossed 30 minutes. But let's keep that aside and come back to the topic. Now I hope that you guys remember Miss Aparna and her strictness. Now let's have a look at why is she like that. It is because of her mother. Because when her mother came to America with her, she basically laid some ground rules. Those were that I don't want to see a B grade on your report card, and I don't want 2 degrees. I want 3, nothing less than 3. And there are people like me who are struggling to get even 1. So I guess Aparna is right in her place because she is her mother's daughter. But one thing that I think for sure is that no man can survive between these two ladies. And if it was up to them, they would have basically made our breed vanish. And after listening to the views of her mother, I guess you can think what Sima ji is saying. It is going to be difficult to get, guys. So every time, just the same answer. Guys, I want to do this work. Just tell me where I can fill this application form for the matchmaking job. But among all this weirdness of the characters and the show, one thing that is good about the show is that the song that they use with the characters, like the one they have used with Aparna, that I don't care. Yes, it's evident she doesn't give a damn about anything. And then Aparna ji passes another view. She says this, whoa. It's good that the God didn't let you choose your parents. Because you know why? Because God would have been mad by now and you would still be up there choosing your parents, still unborn, but 34. And this show makes another thing very clear about Aparna ji, that she doesn't like comedy. And by that I mean not at all. Look at what she said. And I'm thinking like even if the Joker came to him and said, why so serious? She would still look at him and say, oh, I do not like comedy. So after all this is done, these guys, they go on dates and there are more judgments and then more judgmental comments. And if I tell you any further, I don't know if it will be spoiler or what, but I don't want to do that. And even after watching this video, if you still have a lot of time to waste, then definitely go on Netflix, check the all 8 episodes out and find out if your beloved characters, they do get married or not. Hey, wait, where are you guys going? I still have one more request. I want to say to this Netflix guys that the people who have come out of India, they are doing so hard to change the image of the world towards the Indians, and you guys won't let us move ahead of matchmaking. I'm not saying don't make a reality show about Indians. Do that. It's good. And if you really have to do that, then make some reality shows like Too Hot to Handle, because at least that will give us some fiery image. So guys, that's all for today. I hope you are well and your families are well and you're following the social distancing norms wherever you are. And if you like this video, do not forget to click the like button, share this video and subscribe to my channel. So see you in the next one.
You and me. Yes, it's true, I'm falling hard for you, but I won't rush this love. I can wait even if it's hard to take. One moment isn't